Okay, students, I am audible to everyone. Good evening, Narasimha. Okay. अच्छा, आज हमारी इंग्लिश की क्लास है. Okay, audible. Okay. Today is your English session. So first of all, ये क्लासेस हमारी पेड रहने वाली हैं, तो इसका जो लिंक है वो सब्सक्रिप्शन में दिया गया है. तो प्लीज, this session will be bilingual, so no need to worry about it. Okay, if there is any issue regarding communication, you can ask me in chat box. Okay guys. Okay, first of all, I am going to tell you we provide the best material, so please do like and share and subscribe with your friends. Okay students, एंड जो हमारा सेशन रहेगा वो बेसिक से स्टार्ट होगा. 40 नंबर की इसमें इंग्लिश आएगी. एंड इन दिस सेशन और इन दीज क्लासेस आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर यू द पीपीटीज और एज वेल एज आई विल गिव यू द हैंड रिटन नोट्स. अच्छा, सबसे पहले मैं ये बताऊंगी कि जो हमारा इंग्लिश का सिलेबस रहेगा वो क्या रहेगा. हमारे इंग्लिश के सिलेबस में एरर फाइंडिंग रहेंगे. एरर फाइंडिंग विल बी द मेन टॉपिक, एंड इन एरर फाइंडिंग देयर विल बी आई थिंक टोटली ग्रामर फ्रॉम टेंसेस टिल कंजंक्शन और इंटरजेक्शन. आफ्टर दैट इन इंग्लिश देयर इज कॉम्प्रिहेंशन, क्लोज टेस्ट, and also there are some match the columns. I will provide it in the next lectures. So please इस वीडियोस को शेयर करें. हमारे जो भी हम मटेरियल प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, आई होप यू विल एंजॉय इट एंड उस पर आप फोकस करें. I am going to put my efforts and I will give my 100%, so you have to do the same. Now just wait, I am going to share my PPTs with you. Just wait students. Okay student, today's first lecture is about tenses. आप सभी ने टेंसेस पहले भी पढ़े हुए हैं, ठीक है, और अब तक पढ़ते आए हैं, तभी आप लोगों ने एग्जाम क्लियर किया है अपना, ठीक है. तो आई थिंक मुझे टेंसेस से शुरू करना चाहिए. सो टुडेज टॉपिक विल बी टेंसेस. ओके, कैन वी स्टार्ट स्टूडेंट्स? Students, shall we start the lecture? Okay. First of all, what is tenses? Tenses है क्या? अब tenses क्या है? Tenses tell us about the time. Time means when an action happens, why an action happens, or we can say that in tenses we can say that there are three types of tenses. As it is present tense, means what is happening in the present. Past tense, what happened in the past. And future, as we all know, future is unpredictable, so we cannot predict it, and this tells us that what will happen in the future. So basically there are three types of tenses: present, past and future. Next is, first of all, in present tense, if I talk about present tense, there are 4 types of sub categories. हर एक टेंस में 4 तरह की सब कैटेगरीज होगी. Same in the past tense and future tense. Okay, if I talk about present tense, first of all there is simple or indefinite tense. Next one is continuous tense. Just wait. Okay, first of all, there is simple tense, continuous tense, third one is perfect tense, and fourth one is perfect continuous. Same subtypes will be in past tense and future tense. Okay, if I start present indefinite, in present indefinite, there will be four types of sentences, or we can say that four type of subcategories. Each tense will be divided into four types of sentences as simple tense. Next one is continuous tense will be of four types. Perfect tense will remain the same and perfect continuous. हर एक टेंस के चार चार आगे कैटेगरीज होंगी, चार चार हमारे सेंटेंसेस होंगे. सबसे पहले अगर मैं बात करूं तो प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट से अगर हम शुरू करते हैं तो फर्स्ट टाइप विल बी अफर्मेटिव सेंटेंसेस. First type will be affirmative sentences or positive sentences. Next one is negative sentences. Next is interrogative. And fourth one is interrogative negative. Okay guys, सेम चीज रहेगी हमारी कॉन्टिन्यूअस टेंस में, परफेक्ट टेंस में और परफेक्ट कॉन्टिन्यूअस में. जब भी हम कोई भी टेंस शुरू करेंगे, so there will be four types of sentences: affirmative sentences, negative sentences, interrogative sentences and interrogative negative sentences. Okay students? Okay, next one is, if I talk about interrogative sentences. If I talk about interrogative sentences are of two types. Interrogative sentences are of two types. First one is, interrogative sentences are of two types. First one is sentences which start with helping verb. जो सेंटेंसेस हमारे हेल्पिंग वर्ब से स्टार्ट होते हैं वो भी किस में आते हैं? इंटेरोगेटिव, जिनको हम बोलते हैं सिंगल इंटेरोगेटिव सेंटेंसेस. नेक्स्ट वन इज sentences which start with WH words. WH words are what, where, when, why and who. These interrogatives are called double interrogative. I will repeat it again. Interrogative sentences will be of two types: sentences which start with helping verb and sentences which start with WH verbs. Sentences which start with helping verbs are single interrogative, and the sentences which start with, yes, Ujjwal, I am going to explain what are helping verbs, and the sentences which start with WH words are called double interrogatives. Okay, first of all, what is helping verb? As we all know, verbs tells about the actions. Actions means what action is happening at now. As I take example, I am speaking. You are listening, you are writing. These are called verbs. तो कोई भी हमारी एक सेंटेंस में जो एक्शन होता है वो क्या कहलाता है? हमारा वर्ब कहलाता है. अब मैं बोल रही हूं, आप लोग सुन रहे हो, लिख रहे हो, ये सारा क्या आता है? हमारा वर्ब. अब वर्ब में भी आगे कैटेगरीज आती हैं. होपफुली आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट इन वर्ब्स. तो सबसे पहले मैं बता दूं कि हमारी हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स क्या होती हैं. हेल्पिंग वर्ब हमारी होती है जो मेन वर्ब को असिस्ट करती है, हेल्प करती है. हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स असिस्ट द मेन वर्ब. Assist the main verb. Okay, I am going to write a sentence as I am teaching the students. I am teaching the students. Okay. In this, I is subject. Subject may be noun or any pronoun. Nouns means it may be name of any person, place, thing, animal, or pronouns are I, you, we, they, which we use instead of noun. So in this, I is subject. Am is helping verb because it is assisting the verb teaching. In this, teach is the main verb and am is the helping verb which is assisting the main verb. And the students are the object. The words which comes after the verb are called object. So in this, there are helping verbs such as present. In this, the helping verbs are called is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had. All these are helping verbs. Okay, and helping verbs are also called auxiliary verbs. Is it clear, students? Is there any doubt till now? Yes, students? Is there any doubt till now? You can ask me, students, if there is any query, doubt, I am here to explain you. No. Okay, now next one, there are two types of questions. First is, please note it down. First is close-ended questions. First is close-ended questions. Close-ended questions means, first is close-ended questions. Close-ended questions and second one are open-ended questions. Okay, first of all, what is close-ended question? Okay, I'm going to explain you. First question is, if I ask you, do you read books? Your answers will be yes or no. Right? If I say, can you help me? Your answers will be yes or no. हमारे क्लोज एंडेड क्वेश्चंस क्या होंगे? जो सिर्फ एक वर्ड में हमारे क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे देते हैं. Close-ended questions are those in which answer is of one word, yes or no. There is no need of explanation. If I ask second question, can you help me? So you will say yes or no. It is called close-ended questions. So what are close-ended questions? The questions which start with helping verbs. What are close-ended questions? The questions which start with helping verb. And the answer will be one word question answer. Is it clear, students? Close-ended questions are those which start with helping verb and has only one word answer, yes or no. Okay, I am going to explain you open-ended questions. Okay, if I ask you, why do you attend the online classes? Why do you attend online classes? And second question is, what are you doing now? Your answers will be more than one word. You have to explain it when you have to answer it. So what are open-ended questions in which the answers will be more than one word and you need explanation? And the questions which start with WH words are called open-ended questions. Is it clear, students? Close-ended questions and open-ended questions. Is there any doubt? Is it clear? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. Next, first of all, we start with present indefinite tense. First sentence is present tense and we will start with the first category, present indefinite tense. अब सबसे पहले अगर मैं प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट टेंस की बात करूं या किसी भी टेंस की बात करूं तो हमें रूल्स याद हो जाते हैं कि हमने क्या करना है, इज एम आर लगाना है, वॉज वर लगाना है. ओके, बट when we have to use these tenses, it is more important than remembering the rules. हमें कौन सा रूल कब अप्लाई करना है, it is more important. So first of all, I am going to explain you the uses of present indefinite tense. Okay students, first of all if I talk about uses, तो हमारा जो प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट टेंस है वो हम यूज करते हैं डेली रूटीन के लिए. डेली रूटीन का हमारा जितना काम है, हमारी हॉबीज हैं, हैबिट्स हैं, उनके लिए हम क्या यूज करते हैं, प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट. व्हाट यू डू इन योर डेली लाइफ, व्हाट योर हॉबीज एंड हैबिट्स आर, फॉर दीज वी यूज प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट टेंस. Second one is where we use present indefinites, the things which cannot be changed. It is called universal truth or general sayings. If I say the sun rises in the east, so it will rise in the same position or same direction. If I take example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So it is general saying or universal truth. So we use present indefinite tense when we have to tell about the universal truth, our hobbies and habits. Okay students, third one is for repeated actions. For repeated actions, the action which repeat daily, once in a week, once in a month, once in a year, but it repeats. For repeated action we also use present indefinite tense. अगर वो चीज हमारी डेली रूटीन में या डेली यूज हो रही है, एक्शन रिपीट हो रहा है. अब आप डेली ऑनलाइन क्लासेस अटेंड कर रहे हो तो आपका ये एक्शन क्या है, डेली रिपीट हो रहा है. आप कोई काम ओकेजनली करते हो, कभी कभार करते हो, present indefinite tense. We can also use seldom, rarely, often, sometimes. So it tells us that how many times an action repeats. So for repeated actions we also use present indefinite tense. I will repeat it again. For our hobbies, habits, and what we do in our daily routine, for universal truth and for repeated actions we will use present indefinite tense. Is it clear students? Okay, now let's move towards the rules of present indefinite tense. First of all, the first category was affirmative sentences. As I mentioned earlier, the first category was affirmative sentences or positive sentences. For positive sentences, the rule will be subject plus first form of verb with s or es plus object. First form of verb as we use go, went, gone. If I take example, go, went, gone. So this is our first form of verb. If I write, wrote, written, and in this write is the first form of verb. So we will use first form of verb in affirmative sentences. And also there are some rules, as if I talk about, I'm going to write example. She lives in UP. And next example is I live in UP. Okay. In first sentence, I put first form of verb with S or ES. But in second sentence, I only put first form of verb. What is the reason behind this? When the subject will be singular. जब हम singular subject की बात करेंगे, जब हम एक person की बात करेंगे, then we will use S or ES with first form of verb. As for go, it will become goes. For write, it will become writes. For eat, it will become eats. Okay. And when the subject will be plural. Plural means when we talk about more than one person, in this I will remain exceptional. I can be counted singular or plural. And with plural verb, we will only use first form of verb. We will not add S or ES with the verb. Is it clear, students? Is there any doubt in S or ES form? Okay. If I talk about next examples, I say you attend the online classes. You attend the online classes. And next one is she talks to me. In first sentence, you is plural subject. And with plural subject, we will only use first form of verb with no SE or ES. But in second sentence, the subject is singular, so we put S or ES with first form of verb. Is it clear? When the subject will be singular, we will use first form of verb with S or ES. But when the subject is plural, when we talk about more than one person, then we will use only first form of verb. Is it clear, students? Is there any doubt in affirmative sentences? Yes, Kumbhaji? Is there any doubt? Yes, you can ask me if there is any doubt. Clear? Okay. Anyone else who has any doubt? Okay. Our next subtype is negative sentences. Negative sentences, in this we will use not. Remember one thing. Okay, Shivanand. Remember one thing. When we have to put not, in that case, we need helping verb. When we have to put not in negative sentences, we need helping verb. But if I talk about affirmative sentences, we did not put any helping verb in this. So in negative sentences, we need helping verb. And after that, the rule will become subject plus do not or does not plus first form of verb and then object. In this, we have used do or does as a helping verb. Do and does are also main verbs, but in this present indefinite, we will use do or does as a helping verb. Now, we will differentiate when we will use does not and when we will use do not. If I talk about does not, as you can see that in does there is S or ES. And in affirmative sentences, we used S or ES when the subject is singular. When the subject is singular, we put S or ES. So, does will be used with when the subject will be singular. And what about do not? Do not is without s or es. We will use do not with the subject, with then the subject will be plural. When we talk about more than one person, it is I, you, we, they. Okay, if I take example of negative sentences, I do not know how to prepare slides. Okay, generally I take sentence, I do not know how to prepare slides. मुझे नहीं पता slides कैसे बनती हैं. So I use do not here because the subject is plural. If I take example with any name, or we can say that any pronoun he, she, then the sentence will become Radha does not know how to prepare food or how to prepare slides. Okay, because Radha is the singular subject, and with singular subject the helping verb will be does not. Okay students, when the subject will be plural I, you, we, they, then we will use do not, and when the subject is singular, then we will use does not. Is it clear, and is there any doubt till now? You can ask me. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, our next type is interrogative sentences. Interrogative means in which we ask questions. In which we ask questions. Okay. If I talk about interrogative, as I mentioned earlier, there are two types of interrogatives. The sentences or questions which start with helping verb, and the another one is the questions which start with WH words. So single interrogative is the questions which start with helping verb. In this, we will take helping verb first, and the rule will become do or does. After that, subject will take place. Then after first form of verb and object in single interrogative. But in WH case, the rule will become WH we will add at the front. So the rule will become WH plus do or does plus subject, then first form of verb and object. Okay, students. If I take example, generally we ask questions, do you know me? And do because the subject is plural. If I take example with does, so we can say that does she know me? Because the subject is singular, we will put does. The concept will remain the same. The concept of do or does will remain the same. Only we will put do or does in the front of the subject. It is called single interrogative sentences. And if I talk about double interrogative sentences, or I can say that sentences which start with WH words, then the sentence will become how do you know me? तुम मुझे कैसे जानते हो? How do you know me? And same example we can take with singular subject. How does she know me? Is it clear, students? I have mentioned single interrogative as well as double interrogative. In single interrogative, we will only use do or does. then subject, then first form of verb and object. But in double interrogative, I will put WH in the front. After that, the rule will remain same, do or does, then subject, then first form of verb and object. Is it clear, students? Okay. Next, the last subcategory is negative interrogative. Last subcategory is negative interrogative. Negative interrogative means in this we will use not as well as we will put questions. As if I take example, first of all, if I take example, then after I will explain the rule. Okay. As in daily routine, you write like this, don't you know me? Don't you know me? Okay. This is called contracted form. This is called contracted form. But when we have to write in formal way, we will not write in this way because it is a contracted form. But we have to write it in full form. So the sentence will become, do you not know me? Do you not know me? Okay, students, now I will move to the rule. Okay, in negative interrogative sentences, the rule will become, first of all, we will put do or does, then subject. And remember one thing, in negative interrogative sentences, negative will always come after the subject. After that, first form of verb and then object. As I have written, do you not know me? And this do or does is a helping verb. After that, you is the subject, not, and then first form of verb and object. In each sentences, in each negative interrogative sentences, not will come after the subject. Okay, students? Same thing will remain in the double interrogative case. Then the rule will become WH. After that, do or does. Then subject. After that, not. First form of verb and object. Is it clear, students? If there is any doubt in present indefinite tense, you can ask me. Is there any doubt? You can ask me, students. No doubt, Ujjwal, okay. Okay. Next, our next tense is present continuous tense. Next tense is present continuous tense. Continuous means the action which is unfinished or continuing. जो एक्शन अभी फिनिश नहीं हुआ है, चल रहा है, उसके लिए हम क्या यूज करते हैं? प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूअस टेंस. प्रेजेंट मीन्स एट प्रेजेंट जो चीज हो रही है, एंड कॉन्टिन्यूअस मीन्स द एक्शन विच इज अनफिनिश्ड. As I am speaking, so it is in present continuous sentence. So the uses of present continuous sentence will be progressive action means the action which is unfinished in the present, or we can say that ongoing action in the present. Ongoing action in the present. So for this ongoing action, we use present continuous tense. And next one is, if I talk about the action which will happen in the near future. If I take example, Akash is going to Australia next week. And also I will repeat it. I am going to show you the slides. It means the action is not happening now, but it will happen in a few minutes, or we can say that it will happen in the near future. So the action which is ongoing in the present and the action which will happen in the near future, for both these we will use present continuous sentence. Okay, students. And also we use present continuous with the current trends, the thing which is happening in the present as students are becoming aware of their rights. So it is current trends. So in this we can also use present continuous sentence. Now next we will talk about the rules. Okay. If I talk about first of all present indefinite sentences. Present indefinite means positive sentences. Then the rule will be subject plus is-am-are. After that, first form of verb with ing form. When the action is ongoing, we will always use first form of verb with ing. As verb is go, we will say going in present continuous or in any continuous tense. If I eat, it will become eating. Okay. And remember one thing, the action which is ongoing, or we can say that the forms of like this first form with ing form, it is called gerund verbs. It called gerund verbs. I will explain it in detail in gerund in verb chapter. Okay, students. The verb with ing form is called gerund verbs. Now next, come towards the rules. For affirmative sentences, the rules are is, am, are plus first form of verb with ing form and then object. We use is with when the subject is singular. We use is when the subject is singular. We can say that he, she, it, or any name. Next, am, as I mentioned earlier, the subject I is exceptional. So with I, we will use am. And if I talk about are means when the subject will be plural. Subject plural means you, we, they. When we talk about more than one person, then we will use are. It is very simple tense. So we have to only put subject. After that is, am, are according to the subject. First form of verb with ing and then object. Now if I take example, I am delivering the lecture. It means the action is ongoing and we put am because the subject is I. If I take same example with subject singular or plural, the sentence will become you are taking online classes. In this, subject you is plural, then we will use are as a helping verb. And same if I talk about singular subject, then we can say that he is attending the seminar. Is it clear, students? Is there any doubt in present continuous affirmative sentences?
Yes, ma'am. Ujjwal Mishra here. एक doubt है.
Yes, you can ask me.
आपने बोला कि I am going to Australia next week. तो ये future का incident है जो कि present continuous tense है. But इसी word को अगर मैं बोलता हूँ कि I will go to Australia next week, तो ये फिर simple future tense हो गया. तो फिर दोनों में अंतर क्या?
हाँ, ये simple अब ये देखो simple future tense होगा. अब क्या है, अब एक चीज को जैसे अगर मैं एग्जांपल लूं तो वोकेबलरी के बहुत ज्यादा वर्ड्स हैं जिनका एक वर्ड का ही काफी मीनिंग है। अगर हम फ्यूचर की बात करें, अगर मैं लूं, आपने बोला आई विल गो टू ऑस्ट्रेलिया। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो फ्यूचर टेंस है ना उसमें क्या है, हमारा अनसर्टेनिटी ज्यादा होती है और सर्टेनिटी कम होती है कि जो एक्शन फ्यूचर में होने वाला है। अगर आप सेंटेंस को लेके चलोगे आई विल गो टू ऑस्ट्रेलिया नेक्स्ट वीक, अब नेक्स्ट वीक में क्या है, आपका कुछ फाइनल नहीं है, नेक्स्ट वीक कभी भी हो सकता है। जब हम नियर फ्यूचर को प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूअस के सेंटेंस के साथ हम लिंक करते हैं ना, उस केस में क्या है, हमें चीज की श्योरिटी ज्यादा होती है और अनसर्टेनिटी कम होती है। इफ आई टेक एग्जांपल, फ्यूचर इंडेफिनिट की लेने लगी हूं, विल और वुड का यूज करूंगी मैं इसमें। द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ इंडिया विल बी, कितना मैंने ले लिया, इतने करोड़, ओके, इन 2022। अब इसमें क्या है, मैंने विल लगाया और 2022 की बात की, मतलब कि 2022 में हमने एक एस्टिमेट लेके चला कि जो इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन है 2020 में इतनी हो जाएगी, बट हमें एग्जैक्ट नहीं पता। तो कभी भी हम फ्यूचर टेंस की बात करेंगे उस चीज में हमारी अनसर्टेनिटी ज्यादा होगी और सर्टेनिटी कम होगी, ठीक है जी। बट जब हम प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूअस के साथ उसको लिंक करते हैं उसमें श्योरिटी ज्यादा रहती है, अनसर्टेनिटी कम रहती है। क्लियर है?
ओके मैम।
ओके जी। नेक्स्ट वन इज नेगेटिव सेंटेंसेस। नेगेटिव सेंटेंसेस, as I mentioned earlier, we need helping verb when we have to use not. So in present continuous sentence we have already used helping verbs is, am, are. So only we have to put not with is, am, are. Then the rule will become subject. Then the rule will become subject plus is, am, are plus not plus first form of verb with ing form and then object. The things will remain same, only we have to put not in present continuous sentence with helping verbs is, am, are. Okay students, as we take example, she is not listening to me. वो मुझे नहीं सुन रही है. It means we use is because the subject is singular here. Okay students. Next one is interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences, in this we will use is, am, are in the front. So the rule will become is, am, are plus subject plus first form of verb with ing form and then object. It means in this we will ask questions. I can say, are you attending the classes regularly? Are you attending the classes? So in this, I have asked you questions. So for questions, we will use interrogative sentences. And it is called close-ended because the answer will be in one word. Because the sentence has started with helping verb, so it will be close-ended questions. Next one is double interrogative, or we can say that open-ended questions. In this, we will use WH in the front of helping verb. Then we can say that, why are you attending online classes? Okay. When are you going to leave? So we can put questions with WH forms. And the last type is, last subcategory is negative interrogative. As in negative interrogative, we will put not after the subject. So the rule will become is, am, are, then subject, and after that not, then first form of verb with ing form plus object. And same thing will in WH forms, Only we have to put WH in the front of helping verbs. Now student, is there any doubt in present indefinite and present continuous? You can ask me by unmuting yourself or in the chat box. Yeah, do fast. Ujjwal clear hai? Okay. Clear, Mala. Good. Shivanand clear. Okay. Next is present perfect. Only I will use of present perfect. Present perfect means the action which completed in the past but still has influence in the present. As you all say that I have completed my graduation. You never say like this, I completed my graduation. Because it is in past indefinite tense. Past indefinite tense, we will never say like this because the actions which completed in the past but still has influence or link in the present is called present indefinite or present perfect tense. As you say that I have worked in this bank, I have worked in this bank. It means you completed your actions in the past, but still you have experience of that job in the present. When you link the experience or anything else with past to present, then we use present perfect tense. Okay, students? We can also use words like this recently. We can also use words like this recently, already, presently, with present indefinite or present perfect tense, as I have already submitted your report. So with present indefinite, we can also use already. I have often visited your house. It means there is repetition. And the same thing happens in the present indefinite tense when the action is repeated once in a month, once in a day, or daily. We can also use often in present indefinite, and also we can use often in present perfect tense. Clear, students? When the action completed in the past but still has influence in the present, it is called present perfect tense. Okay. We will do its rules in the next lecture. I hope you have understood this session. And if there is any query, you can ask me. After that, we will complete it in the next lecture. Okay? Okay. कोई query है किसी को? कुछ communication में problem है? कुछ language barriers हैं? You can ask me. Okay, students? Okay. We will meet in the next lecture. Good evening to all of you. एंड प्लीज अपने एफर्ट्स डालिए, जितना मैंने करवाया है सिर्फ उस पर भी फोकस करिए. आई विल गिव माय बेस्ट एंड प्रोवाइड यू द बेस्ट मटेरियल. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, see you in the next lecture. Good evening to all of you. Take care. Okay Mala, it's my pleasure. Good night Shivanand. Okay Mohan, thank you so much.